Hey, good morning. Welcome to subramani.com. Please click on the bell icon and today I'm going to do something little different. I'm trying to talk to businessmen and trying to tell them why they need an introduction to personal finance. So good morning. Welcome to subramani.com once more. And so we will start by talking about how good morning, welcome to subramani.com. Please click on the bell icon and you know the usual, subscribe and etc. etc. So I'm trying to do something a little different. Today I'm going to talk to you about how much do you know your neighbors. Well, no, sorry. I'm going to talk to you about personal finance and for businessmen and senior executives. Most of us don't know our neighbors. If you're a typical Mumbaiker, you have no clue about who your neighbors are, and we constantly continue to think that, oh, we are middle class. That doesn't change, whatever be your net worth. I know people with 100 crores and 50 crores and 200 crores saying, oh, we have all middle class. So, right, if they are middle class, then, if they are middle class in a poor country, I really don't know who is rich. So, without getting into that, now you go for a walk in your building and you find that the quality of cars keep going up. You saw a Mercedes, but you didn't pay too much attention. Then your son came and told you, Dad, you've seen that black car there, it's a Maybach, it costs 3.5 crores. And you said, oh, and you had no clue what that man does. And he bought his daughter a BMW for her 21st birthday. And you were told he runs some small rubber factory somewhere back of the beyond, places which you wouldn't even go. And this man had enough money to buy a BMW and Merc, and which means you're talking of 4-5 crores kind of budget on cars. So very good. And then you thought rubber is boring business, right? So, but you were a vice president in a BFSI earning a huge amount of money. Everybody around knew that you were a vice president, and of course BFSI vice presidents are dime a dozen, but yeah, you were a vice president, you were a big man, at least that's what you thought. And then your broker calls you up and says, sir, वो एक flat है आपके बाजू का building में, it's going a little distress sale, it is about 9 crores. But maybe if you negotiate, you will get it for 8 crores. And you say, what language are you talking? I can't afford it today. Say, no, you wanted to buy a house and your family is pressurizing you into buying a bigger house. And you say, how much will I get for my flat? And you say, and he tells you that, आपका तो sir 4.5 मिलेगा. Now 4.5 crore is not bad for a flat, but then you realize that the gap is another 4.5, right? And that's huge. And you are suddenly brought to reality saying, what does that fellow do? Sir, वो कुछ ज्वेलरी का बिजनेस था, वो कुछ स्कीम में पैसा लिया, so he has liquidity crisis, so he has got to pay up. Well, welcome to personal finance. Most people, even when they reach senior positions, have no clue how much cash they have, what they can do, and this is pretty shocking. It is shocking to see a 60-year-old man coming and saying, I have 1 crore and this huge flat in back of the beyond, but it's 5 BHK or 4 BHK, and Subra, is 1 crore enough? Wake up, guys. If you are a businessman, the mistakes you make are you mix personal finance with business finance, which means you have no idea how much of your money is personal and how much of your money is because of the business, right? You do not, if you do not segregate the two, I mean, forget income tax problems that you could have, that is a much later stage. But you yourself do not know whether you're earning money in your business or not earning money in your business, right? So, what are the mistakes which businessmen and even senior executives make? Senior executive at least knows what is his CTC, but he still has no clue how much is he taking home, how much his ULIPs are worth, how much his mutual funds are worth, because we don't like accounting, right? So it does not matter whether you're a businessman or a senior executive, but it is more important in case of businessmen, because they have to manage a crisis far more often than people in service. People in service, in case they don't have an emergency fund, they can at least go to their boss and say, can you give me a loan? That's not available to the businessman. So a businessman has to have his emergency fund, has to have his insurance, has to have all those documentation in place. At least in this case, what would have happened? You would have had his PF, so you would have a nomination. Maybe nomination is the mother and not the wife, because he did the nomination when he was 21. Please wake up to realities. When you have problems like COVID, you are at home, you're sitting with your wife and children. Talk about these things. These are far more important than many other things which you're talking about. So you know nothing about the rubber business, you know nothing about the jewelry business, you know about the BFSI because you're there. You also hear that your neighbor's younger brother, who's a first cousin, committed suicide because he made losses in futures and options. Please collect all this data in one place in your head, and you will realize that most of this is a money problem, right? Buying a car beyond your means, buying a house beyond your means, overcommitting, and then postponing retirement, saying मैं 50 साल में करूँगा. Boss, if you lose your job at 52, what will you do from 52 to 60, right? You can't contribute to your pension plan if you don't earn. So don't keep postponing things like that. You don't know when a job could be lost. If you're unemployed for 3-4 years, even for 3-4 months, it has a dramatic effect on your ability to think clearly, right? So think about all this, get your personal finance in place, whether you're a businessman or a employee, and more for businessmen because they run greater risk in not having enough money for an emergency, not having adequate term insurance, not having adequate medical insurance, right? All these problems I see more with businessmen than with people in employment, because people in employment, your HR would have said, we are organizing a meeting for will writing. Willy-nilly you may have gone and sat there and learned something. You may have written your will, but nobody guides a businessman to do all this, so he is on his own. So some ad hoc, some information he gets. It's good if his children are qualified, etc. But if that's not in place, please put your financial plan into action. Thank you.